When scoring your ECER book, start on the very left-hand side and read the section 1 first. And if any of those items in section 1 are true, then your final score that you're going to circle on the top here is going to be 1, even if other items were scored higher in other areas. On this particular sheet, number 1, nothing in that section is true, so we can move to the next one. And this is on sand and water play. And so we look at it in some provisions for sand or water play is accessible either outdoors or indoors, so that item can be circled. And some sand and water toys are accessible, so we can circle that. And then as we move to section 5, this is the area that would signify the good area. There is provisions for sand and water play either outdoors or indoors. And there's a variety of toys accessible for play. For example, there are containers, there's spoons, there's funnels, there's scoops, there's shovels, pots and pans, molds, toy people, animals, and trucks. Now this is for example. You don't need all of these items, but these are items that might be in that particular area, a variety of items. And so you've circled that. And then sand or water play is available to children for at least an hour a day. And from your observation, you've found that the sand and water activities are available during preschool time of 9:30 to 11, and you made a note of that. And so you can circle that. And then if we move to the next section, which would signify excellence, we see that there's provision for sand and water play both indoors and outdoors, weather permitting, and that there are different activities done with the sand. For example, bubbles added to the water, material on the sand table is changed, and there might be rice is substituted for sand and that kind of thing. And so since we've only circled one of these, that's half of the 7s, we can score this a 6 because all of the 3s were met, all of the 5s were met, and half of the 7s, and none of the 1s were met, and so, or true. So that way we can score it a 6. On the next page, it tells you that you can get some clarification for some of the items there. So you might want to read up on that, and then you'll find that there are questions that you can ask of the teacher. For example, do you use sand and water play with the children? Because maybe on the day that you were there, it was rainy and none of that material was out. So you might want to ask about that and ask where this is available to them, and if there are any toys that the children use with the sand and water play. And then anything else that you need clarification on, you can read.